Tonight, the Bossy Rossy challenge is back. Tina Burner, is she gonna wear red, yellow, and orange again? And a surprise Maury show moment that made the fans laugh. So going into tonight's episode, the fans were already kind of heated at Tina Burner because they sure don't want to see another red, orange, yellow outfit. Dead, stolen from Facebook, Tina Burner on any episode. Leaked footage of Tina Burner's runway on tonight's Drag Race. Tina Burner every episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. If Tina Burner shows up on the runway wearing something orange, yellow, red, and doesn't get a wake-up call for that, I will need a serious talk with RuPaul.
Your tone seems very pointed right now.
So then we're gonna get into the episode itself. So the mini challenge this week was everybody's favorite. The library is open because this is the reading challenge. I am so mad Tamisha went before the reading challenge. She would have read these girls down. No one will ever top Jujubee's library session. I love her for that. Why does everybody become Mother Goose in this challenge? The challenge was going off without a hitch until the very last queen, Elliot with 2 T's, who just straight up bombed it. Elliot with 2 T's reading were real bad. The absolute silence during Elliot's reads. Elliot's reading challenge tonight was painful to watch. Where are the jokes?
Illiterate!
After the reading challenge was over, it was announced that they were gonna do a reboot of Bossy Rossy in an improv challenge. The teams were split up, and then immediately the fans were worried that Candy Muse was going to sink Simone. Simone watching that challenge win fade away. If Simone winds up being in the bottom because of Miss Muse, I'm really over Candy. I just don't have any energy anymore. Then the show pans over to the other teams where it got heated between Utica and Olivia for who was going to be the mime. And of course, Olivia did eventually take the role, but it turns out Utica would have been perfect for it because she somehow out of nowhere had mime experience. Of course she's done mime work. Utica being an improv troupe and having mime experience is the least surprising thing I've ever heard. Wow, Utica did mime work? Literally, nobody is surprised. Utica could say, I used to be a mascot on the weekends, and I wouldn't be surprised. Then the Bossy Rossy show was getting started, and Olivia killed it as the mime. Olivia Lux is the cutest mime. She's doing great! I hope Olivia's back is okay from carrying the scenes with no lines. Olivia Lux is eating this challenge up with no words. Queen!
Yes, bitch. Work.
On the other hand, Utica surprisingly bombed this challenge. The queen's trying to figure out where the hell Utica is going with this. Utica's character was, interesting. Okay, I might cry because Utica might land in the bottom. Utica needs to get her money back from that improv group.
The ultimate shade of it all.
But turning right around from that, people had been so worried that Simone was going to lose this challenge because of Candy, but here she came in, she held it all together on her own, and she killed the challenge herself. Miss Simone serving. Simone's given 2 Emmy-worthy comedy performances this season. Candy Muse watching Simone slayed. No matter who did good or bad in this episode, the main takeaway from this whole thing was that they should never bring Bossy Rossy back again. Well, that sure was a challenge. These Bossy Rossy episodes are always a little too lost in the saucy, like WTF is going on. The Bossy Rossy type challenges on Drag Race are always mediocre at best. My face this entire episode, what a snooze fest. I never want to see another Bossy Rossy challenge again. Mama, this is garbage. The improv challenge reminds me of college improv. Sad and scary.
Thank you.
Back in the workroom before the runway, the queens were goofing around and they did their own little impromptu Maury skit, which turned out to be funnier than the whole Bossy Rossy challenge. There was more acting talent in that for play Maury scene than the actual challenge. That was funnier than every skit combined. Lala, where was this energy in the improv challenge? Alright, and so then once that was over, it finally was time for the runway, so let's break down some of these looks. The first look that really caught my eye as being fabulous was Denali, who usually does not stand out for me personally, but this chandelier look was fabulous. It was over the top, it was drag perfection, and I loved it. One of the outstanding looks of the night was Utica, who has made a comeback now from her awful challenge. She's come back to present this bloody bride elegant look, which is really perfection for her. It's very on brand for her, and it killed the runway. And then Candy Muse comes out knowing she needs to look like perfection this week, and she does. The hat was perfect. It was over the top. The bead jewels flowing from the sides was just fabulous. The outfit itself I felt was a little too much covered by the coat. However, it was a glamorous fur coat. She had, the little surprises going on up on her chestises and stuff like that, so it looked very cute. And then comes down Simone on the runway, who, once again, always is killing the looks. She comes down with literally the whole outfit is beads. So this episode seems to be all about full circle moments because everybody was already expecting Tina Burner to just do the same old thing again, but here she was switching it up with green. Tina not wearing McDonald's realness. Me when Tina wasn't wearing red and yellow. I'm sorry, do I know you? Tina is not wearing McDonald's colors. Growth. Tina Burner. Green! The judges made their decisions of who's the top and who's the bottom, and fans of Denali and Rosé are sick and tired of them being overlooked. What the judges sleep on. Rosé and Denali not being in the top again?
Rigor Morris, girl! It was rigor Morris!
Denali and Rosé being safe again doesn't make sense. Another week of Rosé and Denali in the same team and not being recognized for literally being the most synchronized duo on this season. It comes down to the bottom two, which turns out to be Lala Ree and Elliott with 2 T's. So the lip sync happens, and this is a close one, but just barely. Elliott with 2 T's sends Lala Ree home. Not Elliott actually killing this lip sync. Elliott ate this up, but Lala Ree deserved better. I'm upset. Not Lala getting eliminated in Black History Month. I hate it here. Well, and so with that, that has been this episode. This was definitely a crazy one. I hope they never bring Bossy Rossy back because that was just a terrible challenge. But so next week, who knows what to expect. I'm so excited for more. I hope you are too. Please subscribe and come back next week because we're going to be doing this all over again.